Hi, how are you? It's Travis here, and welcome back to our adventures in Azeroth. Last episode, we went on the hunt for Stalvan, and we went to a school in Westfall, and we learned a little bit about him. Supposedly, he wanted to be a teacher. And he's going to teach in schools all throughout Azeroth. And we also found out where the shadowy figure is located, and supposedly he's in Raven Hill. I should give you guys a little bit of a clue about who the shadowy figure is. So we're going to do the Sven quest line today. We're going to go find the shadowy figure. We're going to put the Stalvan quest chain just on hold for a little bit, but today we're just going to focus on Sven. So let's go do this. 32 dwarf priest hanging out here. He's fast. What's he using? Oh, he's a hunter. It's gotta be, yeah, okay. Must be nice. Must be nice. Look at him just showing off how fast he is. Slowed down a bit. Zoom, zoom. Yeah, look at me. Silly little rogue with sprint. He's got a curse of Stalvan. You have the curse of Stalvan. Watch yourself. Yeah. Better watch out. Stitches ahead. What? He scared the crap out of me. We can get him. Is Stitches really ahead? Oh my gosh, watch your cover. Beware, beware. A threat lurks in the wild. Light watchers be on alert. What the heck? He actually... Beware, beware. A threat lurks in the wild. Night watchers be on alert. Stitches. On the way. INC. Care in Duskwood. That's right, Jeffus knows. The Gnome Mage in Stormwind City. Alright, so we gotta watch out for Stitches. He's making his way down. It's kind of rough because we're actually like heading towards where he is. Good thing that guy said that. And it's good we had a conversation because I might have like completely missed that, and then we would have seen Stitches and maybe we would have died. Thing is, I'm ready. I got Vanish. If I see him, he gets on us. We're gonna vanish. There he is. Look at him. There we go. We made it by him. We're safe, guys. Dodge Stitches. Now we just gotta make the Raven Hill Cemetery. I wonder if Sprint's faster than Aspect of the Cheetah. It's gotta be. I remember trying to run away from a rogue on my druid when I was using dash, which is the druid equivalent of sprint, and you're in cat form as well, which is another speed boost, and the rogue caught me easily. So rogue sprint is it's fast. Like you're flying. Yeah, we don't have to worry about stitches anymore. We're safe. We are now in Ravenhill Cemetery. And look who it is. It's Jitters. Let's go have a chat with this guy. See the shadowy figure?
You need something?
Who are you? Leave me be. Book from Schwentz Farms. Jitters sighs. Yes, I'm the author of that book. Finally found me, eh? Well, if you read that journal, then you only know half of it. The book you found was only half finished. I had to leave it at Schwenn's farm when I fled there. Here, take my completed journal to Schwenn. It describes more fully what happened at his farm. Although this journal has been my only company these past weeks, if giving it up keeps me from having to face Schwenn and his wrath, then I do it willingly.
Safe travels.
Okay. Now we got the second half. I wonder if it's the same. Oh, damn, I don't really know. Began the journal. I think we read this already. Oh, so it's a true beginning. Okay. This is actually all new. Okay, so we'll read it on our way up to Schwentz. Might have to fight stuff, though. The terror of these past few weeks is almost more than I could bear. Why is it that by writing words into this book, I can somehow keep the madness at bay? Perhaps it is as if I'm confessing my sins to a silent companion, or freeing my mind of these tortured thoughts and confining them to paper. I began a journal before this one, but it remains in a place to which I cannot return. So I will start from the true beginning. Okay, that's taking us to Westfall, I believe. Need to go this way. It began with the finding of that cursed scythe in the mine they call Roland's Doom. Yes, that was the start of it. Before that, the Devised Brotherhood was happy with our progress in Duskwood. Before the scythe, the terrors of this place seemed as tame as Northshire Valley. But ever since I found the haft of the scythe jutting from that pile of rubble in the mine and cursed me, pulled it free, Roland's Doom became a place of vile death. If I had known what would happen, I would have cut off my own hand to keep from grasping that rune-carved wood. So many regrets. I always thought that was a privilege of the old. I now know that it is not the old. It is the hopeless who don the mantle of regret, unable and unwilling to shrug it off, shrug it from shoulders stooped with misery. But enough waxing like a pipe mad poet. But enough waxing like a pipe mad poet. I must continue with the chronicle. After the scythe was freed, a change rippled through the mine. Light from our flickering torches were warped, and strength of our voices seemed beyond our control. Sometimes a man whisper roared through the tunnels, forcing hands on ears, and sometimes our shouts barely traveled a few steps before diminishing into a hint on the wind. Unnerving, yes, but we did not have long to wonder at this strangeness. It was but a harbinger of what truly drove us from the mine, the Worgen. They came at us from everywhere, clawing from hidden holes at our feet and dropping upon us from silent perches above. Half our men still fell in those first panicked minutes. The rest, including myself, tried to flee. As I ran, I saw so many of my brothers taken by tooth and claw, heard so many screams cut short or gurgle to silence. For all I know, I am the only human to escape that place. I can only guess why I survived that night. I have always been cautious, always quick to flinch from jabs and leap free from pitfalls. My nickname Jitters comes from this trait, so perhaps it was just that knack for caution that saved me. Or maybe it was the scythe I pulled from the rubble. It cannot be the scythe itself, for I lost it during my frantic flight. but it was I who brought the Worgen to Duskwood. Then perhaps the Worgen afforded me a rare courtesy, curse them. Or perhaps I am doomed to witness the change I wrought in Duskwood. Perhaps it is my fate to watch as the Worgen tear through the land, staining it even darker with their foulness. If that truly is my fate, then it is twofold, for the Worgen are not the only power to clutch at Duskwood. The fiends from Deadwind Pass have also staked claim. That is the next chapter of my tale, and I pray it is the last. After surviving the flight from Roland's Doom, I hid within a barn owned by a man named Sven. I spent a few days in the barn in search, and such horror lingered with me that I never once made myself known to Sven or his family. But from what I saw from my hiding place, I knew these farmers were quite ancient, decent folk. Had I stepped from my concealment, I think they would have taken me in, but trust is hard for me. Harder still after that shock in the mine. So I remained hidden, and it saved my life. A few days after I arrived at the barn, Sven left his farm for Darkshire. He kissed his wife and smiled to his children and promised to return soon with toys and sweets. The poor man, that was the last time he saw his family unmutilated. At least they parted happily, and at least his wife was the first to die, and was freed from seeing the slaughter of her children. But these small graces do nothing for me. I saw what happened, and it will ever haunt my dreams. My hands trembled as I recall the details of that night when Sven was with his family was doomed to face the Black Riders alone. Again, regret claws at me, for I was there and could have risen against those fiends from the Deadwind Pass, but it was a false regret. It is the same that plagues any survivor of a tragedy. I know that had I left my place of hiding, I too would have been killed, but my body ripped and torn, and its pieces spread so widely that I would not be recognized. But even though I know I could have done nothing to stop this heinous murder, one true regret does remain. I brought the Black Riders to Sven's farm. My discovery of the scythe not only unleashed the Worgen upon Duskwood, it drew the riders from Deadwind Pass. I know this because just before they began their slaughter, they asked one question to Sven's wife, and she held her children close, giving them what comfort she could, though she was certain death was near. The scythe of a loon, one of the riders shrieked, in a voice both harsh and shrill, like the grinding of an axe on stone, and the last word, a loon. It croaked, as if choking on the sound. Dread gripped me when I heard that voice, both from the horrid sound of it, and because I knew the scythe of which the rider spoke. It must be the same cursed thing I drew from the rocks of Roland's Doom days before. It was what the Black Riders sought, and it was what would kill Sven's family. I never learned the name of Sven's wife, as she was only ever called Dearest and My Love, and Mommy, by her husband and children. But I wish I knew it. I am the only living memory of her deed that day, and although she was just a farmer's wife, never have I seen a man or woman act with such bravery. Of course, she did not know of the scythe, but when she learned the riders sought it, in an instant a plan formed in her head, and it was bold and clever if only it had worked. The scythe, she said, in a calm voice, of course I do. Who here wouldn't? She looked at the riders with steady eyes, and I would have sworn she spoke the truth if I had not known better. There was no way she could know about the scythe. Her gambit paid off. The same rider who uttered the question before bent his head slightly towards her and shrieked, "Where?" "I'll take you, all of you," she said, and I could see a small hope flicker behind her eyes. "But the way is far, and my children would slow us. We must leave them." Her trick was simple, but simple tricks have the best hope of success. If it worked, it would lead the riders away from the farm. She would be lost, but her children would be safe, and it would work, if only the riders believed her noble lies. Although I have never been a student of the light, I prayed fiercely for Sven's wife as she stood against those terrible riders. Please, I prayed, let them believe. They stood frozen, and she met their gazes with calm. Then one rider looked up, as if hearing a distant call. He drew from a garb a small gem and peered into it. He then gestured with the bauble and toward Sven's wife. A light crept from the rider toward the woman, shaping itself into a grim white hand. She stared into the light, unflinching, but I could see uncertainty behind her mask of confidence. When the hand reached her, it spread its fingers over her head, and it squeezed. Sven's wife stood rigid as a board, and her eyes grew wide, and although her lips pulled back to mouth a scream, no sound escaped. After a few moments of this torture, the hand released her, dropping her to her knees. The riders who held the bauble then sat erect in this saddle, and a loud voice erupted from it. "This woman lies," it said in a voice that has scared my dreams. "She has not seen the scythe." Is that it? After this, the rider's shoulders stooped slightly, as if the spirit within him had fled, and then the old, shrieking voice it used earlier, these final words, were uttered. "The Lord has spoken. Kill them." I cannot describe what happened next. It is clear in my mind, but even my wretched soul cannot put to paper the events of those next few grisly minutes. I can only write that Sven's family was killed, and soon after Sven returned to his grim, deathly scene. Such grief in him that I was afraid to show myself, and so afraid was I that he would find me. I fled from my hiding spot in the barn. I do not know where Sven is now, but I pray he will someday find peace. I spent the next few weeks moving from place to place, never lingering for fear of the riders. I am now in the abandoned town of Raven Hill, as always hiding. I cannot face whatever power they used against Sven's wife, and I know it searches Duskwood. Even still, for the scythe, it is lost to me, and I thank the light for this. For had I kept it, I know I would have been found. Even now, I know in my heart that I will be found. I'm so tired.
Well met.
Well, that is a wild story. Did you find who the shadowy figure was? The journal explains much to me and sets me on the path against the Dark Riders. I have seen the riders in Duskwood and have seen them speak with the wizard Morbenfell at the Forlorn Row. Morbenfell is a newcomer and an ally to the Dark Riders. I would pit you against the power of Morbenfell, but I will not send you against that vile fiend without first knowing your strength. You have already proven your bravery to me, but if you truly wish to face the Necromancer, then you must now prove your skill against its minions.
Go with honor, friend.
Okay, well that was a wild story. And now we're gonna, I guess, deal with a couple of these riders. Okay. Oh, got a nice little buff from a druid. That's nice of him. Yeah, it's a wild story, and I know I looked a little bit deeper into this the first time I did it. And the interesting is the Dark Riders. They are a group created by can't believe I forgot the name of the guy. Medivh. Medivh, he hunts down like mystical weapons and items, and he uses these skeletal raider guys to do it for him, to do his bidding. And these guys are actually cursed. They don't really want to do it. They're just like, they live a life of like servitude to Medivh. And the funny thing is that Sven thinks it's Morbenfell. But really, his main person that he wants to go after is Medivh. And then there's another story about how the Worgen came came to Azeroth. They were actually summoned by that scythe. And it actually wasn't Jitter's fault at all. Just kind of sad. Okay, so let's have a strong Troll's Blood Potion, and then we'll have also an Elixir of Minor Defense. I think a Night Elf summoned them. I forget her name, but... The Night Elves. It was the Night Elves. It's a cool story to look into. And that's why Duskwood's so cool, man. It's got pretty deep stories. So we'll get a bunch of these mobs down here. Maybe we can hit level 32 today. That'd be kind of cool. We also need to watch out for that big skeleton, that elite skeleton. Level 35, he completely wrecked us. And these guys put pretty crappy data for melee on us. Or debuff, slowing poison, time between attacks reduced by 25%, and movement speed reduced by 37. And that's really rough for rogues, because rogues kind of rely on... They rely on... on their attack speed pretty much. There he is, Morladim. Gotta watch over him. Keep an eye on him. I'm gonna put like a target on his head so we know where he's going. Don't let him heal! Let's get a food buff going. Yeah, it's terrible what happened to Sven and his family. It's kind of sad. And I don't blame him for wanting to get revenge. I wish you've seen him in TBC, like in the Karazhan raid. Like if he found out about, like, you know, the history of the Dark Riders. The thing is, it's like so hard to find that out. And the funny thing is, he thinks it's this guy Morbid Fell's doing, but it's not. And I think after we're eventually going to fight Morbid Fell. And I think he probably believes after, like, say we deal with him, that his revenge is over and he's avenged his family. But little does he know he's wrong. But the thing is, Morbenfeld's probably a creep anyways. He's a necromancer, so it's good that we're getting rid of him regardless.
Not enough energy. I don't have enough energy. I can't do.
Watch out for these spiders here.
Not enough energy.
Having this Steve up is brutal. Like, Slice and Dice increase our attack speed by 20%. So Slice and Dice kind of brings us back to normal, but not really. Is that Morladim? No. But yeah, Duskwood having a real rough time. Okay, so we got got some, now we got a debuff. We're stunned for 10 seconds. This is really bad. Crazy combo here. Gonna totally waste our health pot. Got another skeleton coming. It's getting really bad. Got a little bit of damage. We get stunned again. We could die. That was rough. It's really rough. Yeah, that's what can happen in Duskwood. You can get stunned for 7 seconds, and then you're dead. Looks like there's a bruise weed right here, so we'll pick that up. We need to find skeletal warders. I'm not too sure where they are. A lot of healers around here. And here's this is a home here. I think it's Morbin Fell's home. It's a very creepy place. Need to watch ourselves. I hate fighting skeletal raiders. These guys really suck. Pulling poison's terrible.
I can't do that. Energy. I don't.
At least we got a proc there. In this place, you can barely see a damn thing. It's like he's got some like crazy fog spell over his home. It's a lot of ghouls that we don't even want to fight. It's kind of cool, on the moon there. What if I can jump up here? It's too bad that that tree's blocking the moon. I think over here it looked a little bit better. Oh, there's some inside here. That looks kind of cool. The blue flames. It would look better like this. I don't know if we'll go in here, though. It's kind of a pretty crappy spot for us. Got like 3 raiders down here. It's gonna be tough to beat that guy, that Morbid Fell guy. We'll see how we do it. I'm gonna have to figure it out, because I'm gonna have to deal with at least 2 of them at a time. And hope I don't die. Or at least get one down and then use Vanish. I'm gonna try now, though. Try soon. There's more Ladim over there. Could head down into the crypt. Looks like some more skeletal raiders are spawning. They threw up that debuff right away.
Enough energy. I can't do that.
So it looks like we've out-leveled Dead Mines. Supposedly, the cap for Dead Mines is 26. The funny thing is, this guy leveled up to 27 in Dead Mines. And he's wondering if he can stay in, and he can. He can stay in. Stay, but that's your last time you'll be allowed in there.
Inventory is full.
Sage's Owl Bracers. I wonder if we should use one of these. Maybe a scroll of stamina. There's some junk we can get rid of. Like these minor healing pots. Here, I'll use one of these, and then we'll get rid of this. We don't really need them anymore. Now we don't have our healing pot cooldown, so we gotta watch out. Just want to see what's going on down here. These are the warders. Okay. And we got a patrol here. I wonder if this guy goes up the stairs, we might have to attack him. Could be a good time to get him right about here.
I can't do that.
We missed. I think you can't do that. Hope these warder guys don't do anything like their Kelto Raider friends. Yeah, that was not bad. It's good that we dealt with the patrol first. Gotta make sure we don't pull two. Interesting little crypt too, this place. And he's like about to throw his head off. Alright, there we go. Now we just have to deal with the raiders. You gotta stay away from those spiders.
I can't do that yet.
The raiders are brutal, man.
Energy. I can't do that.
There's another one up here. Morladeem could be making his way over soon, so we gotta watch out for that. We'll stun him again.
Ability isn't ready yet.
I don't want him to put that debuff on me just yet. We can avoid it.
Not enough energy. I can't do that. Not enough energy.
Okay, so we got a healer over here we gotta watch out for. Okay, he walked away. Trying to get a couple free hits on him. And we'll pull him back. Oh, he missed. He missed putting the debuff on us.
Don't have enough energy.
Didn't know they could miss. If you run away, they have a chance of missing. Alright, so let's go find some more raiders here. Still not brave enough to venture into that home, though. Not yet, anyways. Alright, this is where mostly ghouls are. I don't know what level we'll fight that guy. Maybe 40?
I
He's gonna be tough.
can't do that yet.
And we've already seen a warrior die to him. I think the warrior was like 33. I don't even know why he tried to fight him at that level. It's pretty much suicide.
It's too far away. I can't carry anymore.
Mail belt. A lot of BOE drops today. I'll get rid of the spider occur, I guess. So we gotta sell some stuff. We have a few more raiders to fight. We keep our eye on that skull, though. The last thing we want to do is get him over here. Stun him here. Oh crap! Get out. Is he gonna cast on us? Oh, we're stunned. 6 seconds. Okay, good. Morladeem's nowhere near us, but that was kind of rough. Stun the spider.
I can't do that yet.
Should be able to finish him off with stun.
I don't have inventory is full.
Alright, so there's our final target right there, the last skeletal raider that we need to fight. So Sven can get his revenge. Also about to lose our food buff. The Druid Mark of the Wild helps a lot too. Maybe I could have went into Morbid Fell's home. Alright, so let's head over to see Sven. Tell him what we did.
King's honor, friend.
Your skill in combat, 007, cannot be doubted. Resolve may yet see us through the end of Morbid Fell. Seeking wisdom, go to the city of Stormwind and speak with Bishop Farthing in the Cathedral of Light. Give him Jitter's journal and tell him you mean to face Morbid Fell. Although Stormwind has forsaken Darkshire, Farthing is a kind soul and very wise. He may help you on your quest to save us. Your mission is perilous, but hurry, 007. With each passing hour, the shadows of Duskwood grow ever darker.
Light bless you. Carry anymore.
We can't carry anymore. Wasn't that a shame? What are we gonna get rid of? Maybe a health pot? Yeah. We got some junk. Yeah, we'll get rid of that health pot.
Light be with you.
Okay, so clearly our bags are super full, and we have to go to Stormwind, so... I was hoping we would hit 32, so maybe we could have unlocked an ability when we went to Stormwind. Maybe we'll try to do that next episode, maybe hit 32 and then make our way over there. We also have
Looking for something
to go
specific?
to Goldshire, to an inn for the Stalvan quest chain. Let's vendor all this stuff we got. Got a lot of junk. Not sure what else we want to hold on to here. This linen cloth we can make, I guess we'll make 3 linen bandages. Or 1. And 1 of these. We can make 2 heavy wools. That'll save us a little bit of space. Alright guys, well there we go. I'll get rid of this too, I'll never use this healing pot. Pull this light leather. Have any manas or anything? I was also told by a viewer to check out a herb pouch, and I think that might be a good idea. A good replacement for this 8-slot bag we have. Hopefully we can afford one. We do have 3 gold, which is good. We've made a decent amount of gold since we lost it all a little while back. But that is the end of today's episode, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Keep your heads up. Later.